Targeted nutrition. In addition to the supplements that you'll be taking, we have targeted your nutrition to specifically reach our goals, and that is detoxification, elimination, optimal wellness. I would like you to look at the guidebook for a sample menu. It's very, very easy to understand. You have your shake in the morning, a healthy lunch, healthy dinner, and we are providing you tools that will help you not only with grocery shopping, but food choices, recipes, timing, and the like. You can see lean proteins, again, just a reminder, make sure they're organic, free range, no hormones, no antibiotics. Wild game, which is 100% grass-fed, is also awesome. I make beef and bison burgers at my home all the time. I mix seeds in there, pumpkin seeds. I'll put different nuts, salt, pepper, spices. We'll chop up little veggies, put them in there as well. I often use a food processor or a Vitamix blender to really blend up the vegetables, raw vegetables and nuts, so that I can put them in meatloafs and meatballs and burgers and soups and hide them on myself, to be perfectly honest with you. Vegetables, a whole bunch of vegetables. You can see there's more vegetables here than there are on that superfood list. Green vegetables are the best. A nice variety of vegetables is very, very important to receiving all of the necessary phytonutrients and different vitamins and minerals that you need to run the machine effectively and efficiently. There are some fruits to choose from. Try to choose fruits that are in season, that are local to you if possible. I know when I was a kid growing up in New Hampshire, we had rhubarb in the summer, and we could always sneak into the neighbor's backyard and cut some rhubarb. I'm living in Florida now, where we have wonderful mango in the backyard and avocados, bananas. So try to choose what's local. Always try to choose organic if at all possible. Here's a list of some great nuts. Macadamia nuts are high in a healthy fat. They happen to be one of my favorites. Almonds, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, all excellent. And then grain. So this program eliminates most grains. Quinoa is the only grain that is allowable. Quinoa happens to be a complete vegetable protein. So it's not a starch, but you can make it in such a way that it's perfect for salads. It can be perfect as a morning breakfast even. Put some nuts in there, a little bit of coconut perhaps, almond milk. You could have some dried pomegranate seeds or dried cherries, chop those up, and it could be like a breakfast meal. For dinner, you can use vegetable broth as a liquid base to make your quinoa. Cut up onions and broccoli and carrots, maybe saute them up a bit, mix them with those. I once made quinoa on Thanksgiving and made it taste like a Thanksgiving stuffing with some cranberries and pecans and all of those flavors that you would expect for Thanksgiving. So get creative with the way that you use these foods. Of course, vinegars and oils. There's lots of different vinegars and oils. Apple cider vinegar, the raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar, Mrs. Bragg's is a brand that many of us are familiar with, is very, very good for you. It actually helps with GI balance. It helps with insulin sensitivity. It helps to give you energy. It's an amazing nutrient. But there's lots of other vinegars and other real healthy oils. You want to pick cold press, organic, unrefined, unprocessed oils. I know that's a mouthful, but it's really important. These oils are typically dark. They're unrefined, unprocessed. You don't want the light oils. That means they've been processed. Okay, so nice, nutty, rich oils. Spice it up. Flavor your meals. Okay, it's not just what have you eliminated, what are you going without, but what are you adding? When you add spices and different herbs, you're actually adding nutrients, you're adding minerals. These things are vitamins, they're anti-inflammatory. Things like cayenne pepper can actually increase your fat-burning metabolism. So add spices. Do a little bit of research about spices. Some of these Herbs even can increase your feelings of fullness. You'll eat less if you spice your food. Use sea salts like a pink Himalayan sea salt or a black volcanic Hawaiian sea salt. It's very, very important that you choose spices and salts that are unprocessed. This says flavor foods with spices instead of salt. Really, it's flavor foods with spices instead of processed, bleached salts that don't actually contain any minerals or nutrients. But if you get sea salts and you get a variety of these different untarnished, unprocessed sea salts, you're actually getting a variety of minerals. These salts are very rich in minerals. Use healing anti-aging herbs. These can actually lower your inflammation. They'll lower your blood sugar. They'll lower your blood pressure. They'll change your cholesterol even. Here's a list of some of those anti-aging healing herbs. Rosemary and basil, well known to fight dementia. You can see, again, cayenne and cinnamon, which is what I put in my shake in the morning, is sugar regulating. I find that it balances my energy throughout the day. Turmeric, we're all hearing about turmeric and curcumin. These are cancer fighting because they're anti-inflammatory. Oregano is natural yeast and fungus fighting. All right, garlic, who doesn't love garlic? Garlic's so good for your heart. Basil, excellent for skin. So take a look at this list, do your own research, but definitely add spices. A few tricks and tips that I live by to make a healthy lifestyle manageable. We're going for long-term wellness here, guys. Make 3 meals, or 3 days rather, of meals that meet the requirements. Package them up. You can buy these disposable plastic containers. I myself prefer glass. I'm trying to get you to move toward wellness. Glass is best, but do what you can. Don't focus on calories. Long-term periods without appropriate foods, they really lower your metabolism. So we want you to set you up for fat burning and not fat storage. We want to make sure that you are eating a variety of healthy foods, that you feel satiated, that you feel happy with your life, that you're not feeling deprived. You want to eat all foods for the day within an 8-hour window. If all you did was eat your food within an 8-hour window, you would see a tremendous change in your body, in the way that you felt. This gives you a 16-hour fast every day. And this intermittent fasting is a real secret to wellness, to weight loss, to feeling your best. You want to prepare small amounts of food ahead of time. So, for instance, clean and wash your vegetables, cut them all up. Clean and wash your fruits, cut them all up. Grill extra chicken, or if you're making some buffalo meatloaf, for instance, and you've really worked hard to create a masterpiece, make extra. Pack them up, cut them up, keep them handy so that you can snack on them. You've got something quick to grab. If you come home at the end of the day and you are just tired and you're hungry, the kids are hungry, everybody needs to eat, have something ready. That's what we do. So I use a lot of crock pot stuff at home. We used to grill all the time. We have a pressure cooker that works incredibly well. So just a little preparation. For instance, when we go grocery shopping, we wash all of our meats. We package them in family serving size, so the size of my family, and we freeze them. So when I'm preparing a meal and I want to cook it in the pressure cooker, I take that clean frozen meat out of the freezer. I put it in the pressure cooker with all of the vegetables and spices and things that I have parceled out ahead of time. And then I hit the pressure cooker, and in 30 minutes, we have an amazing meal from the freezer to the dinner plate. That's unbelievable. You can do the same thing with crock pot. If you put it on in the morning and you let it go all day, maybe you're adding a few things at the end while you're getting all the homework done and everybody showered and settled for the evening. There's lots of ways of doing this, guys, but you got to think ahead of time. When I cook on the grill, whatever we have tonight on the grill, we're going to have extra for tomorrow for lunch. So my lunch is representative of whatever I had last night for dinner. And then my shake in the morning. I mean, how hard is that? I have my shake in the morning. Lunch was what I had for dinner last night. So really, I'm cooking one meal a day and I'm eating it twice. So these little tips go a long way. The success of this program and of long-term wellness is dependent upon what you learn through this process, how you learn to take care of yourself, where you find what it is that you need. Hydration is one of those extremely important aspects of wellness for fat loss, for muscle recovery, for energy production. Did you know that every biochemical reaction that takes place in your body all day long, which is a gazillion of them, require water? Every one of those reactions require water. Did you also know that your metabolism is the sum of all those reactions? And so what that means is if you only have 100,000 reactions in a day because you don't have enough water to carry those reactions fully through, you're not going to have fat loss. You're not going to have good recovery. Your immune system is not going to run optimally. You are going to have very poor energy. And your body is going to struggle. If you have plenty of water for all of those biochemical reactions, your body is going to chug along and run incredibly efficiently. So water is the very first thing that you do. I want you to calculate the minimum amount of water that you need. If you take your weight, let's use 140 pounds, and you multiply that times 0.75, you're going to get the total amount of, or the minimum amount of water that you need in a day. So 140 times 0.75 equals 105 ounces of water. So I'm going to find a container and I'm going to fill it with at least 105 ounces of water, and it's going to be my job to get through that water by the end of the day, preferably early in the evening. Now you can do things like add apple cider vinegar, cinnamon, cayenne pepper, lemon, lime. You can squeeze a grapefruit in there if you want, half a grapefruit. You can add your 4 ounces of pomegranate juice to your water. Do things like take cinnamon, cardamom, clove, fresh ginger, put it in a glass pitcher, pour in boiling water, let all of those great anti-inflammatory oils and nutrients get liberated from those spices. Use that hot in the morning instead of coffee, for instance. You could even put a green tea bag in there. That's a great, great morning tea. And then put the rest in the fridge and drink that cold throughout the day. Lots of ways of doing this, okay? But hydration is absolutely essential to optimal fat burning and energy production and wellness in general. If you're headachy and just sort of sluggish in the day, trust me, try this hydration trick. Add some good spices and nutrients in there. I make basil lemonade by taking fresh lemons, squeezing them into water, muddling up some basil. It's phenomenal. It's fabulous. I feel great when I drink this water. Try to make your own recipes and share them with your friends and your family. I want you to drink 20 ounces of water before you hit the floor in the morning. And so prepare. Have a big 20 ounce plus glass of water by your bed. First thing you do when you roll over, you hit that alarm. Don't hit the snooze. Turn off your alarm. Sit up. Drink all of that water and then get on with your day. While you're working out, drink 10 ounces every 15 minutes. That's going to help continue to fuel your energy, clear away some of the toxins that have built up, help with muscle recovery. Look, you're in the gym, you're asking your body to build muscle. Do whatever you can to help that happen. Drink when you're thirsty. Drink when you're hungry. Often the body gets confused. Drink when you're stressed. We might feel stressed. We might feel like we need a snack. You're not hungry likely. If you've had your breakfast, you've had your shake for your breakfast, you've had your lunch, you're not hungry. Have a big old glass of water. Make it interesting water. Drink your detox drink. Drink ginger tea. I've put in some recipes in this program. Make it happen.